Okay, the situation with the Ohio State attack by the Wahhabi terrorists, or Wahhabi terrorists by the name of Abdul Razak Ali Artan, who's a Somali refugee, uh, is very concerning because it's literally happening in our, I don't know, front or backyard, however you want to put that. But in order to understand what's happening, especially for most Americans who don't understand what's happening, because the leftists in this country have, basically um, put a big smoke fog in front of you, so you don't understand what's happening, and also organizations like CARE that come out and try to lessen the blow of when there's Wahhabi terrorism. Well, the reality here is it is a Wahhabi terrorist action that took place by somebody following a Sunni Wahhabi ideology. This ideology of Wahhabism is based on the Saudi sect of Islam, or Wahhabism. What's called in different countries they call it Salafism, depending on where you're from. But the extremist Salafis or Wahhabis are the people committing 99% of these crimes of terror. So anytime you see somebody do something like this, know that it's Saudi money and ideology behind it. If there's anybody you want to blame Wahhabism, because that is the core of the problem here. Wahhabism, the reason it promotes this is because they have an Arab supremacist ideology, and they have a caliphate ideology. Caliphate is a globalist, one world government ruled by a caliph, which is a temporal and religious ruler in the Sunni world, and in this case, it would be a Sunni Wahhabi world. So, anytime you see these attacks, know that they're doing this for their utopian caliphate, and their goal is to destroy us and take over, regardless of what anybody else says. That is their goal. Don't let leftists or Islamists or apologists even come out and tell you otherwise, because that is the goal that they have. That is what they want. And one of the reasons why they hate, people like Trump, is exactly for this reason, because they want to be able to take our claws away, defang us, so basically turn us into little sheep and lambs, so their lone wolf Wahhabi terrorists can come and kill us. In this case, thank God there was a cop on campus who was able to shoot this guy, but if he wasn't there, instead of killing one guy and wounding 10 others, students, he could have done a lot more damage. This could have been a lot worse than what it was, but fortunately the cop there with the gun stopped it. Now, that said, this incident is just one of many, and probably many more could potentially happen, because the left in our country has basically made it possible in a lot of ways. When you have open borders where people can, whoever can come in and become a citizen without any real vetting or anything really going on. You can just come here, run across the border, and become a citizen, or not a citizen, but get all the benefits and live here, and have us pay for you. It's crazy. It really is crazy if you think about this. But in the last 8 years, especially, this kind of stuff has even increased more, because you see a situation where people are coming here in mass droves, are coming to the United States, are coming to Europe, and their goal is not to assimilate into our culture. That's not what they want. They don't want to be part of our culture. The majority of them, these guys that are Wahhabis especially, don't. There are good Syrians, there are good, Mexicans, there's good everybody, but the problem here is, if you do not have people immigrate on a paced, slow kind of setting, and you crank that, up and have people come in here like in millions or hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands, they don't assimilate. They're not going to assimilate to our culture. They're not going to. It's like basically like taking Tarzan out of the jungle and expecting him to have a great life in London. Not going to happen. At least not for quite some time. And if it does, there might be some, quote, growing pains. So anyways, these people who are coming, like this kid that stabbed 11 people and killed one of them, he's a perfect example of refugee overkill in regards to like bringing in way too many people without real controls, lack of assimilation, and lack of any common sense in regards to stopping this kind of behavior in the United States. I mean, when you see these books being given to mosques, you should resist. You should be, hey, I don't want any Wahhabi books in my mosque. And on top of that, what kind of respectable Muslim would ally themselves with Marxists and communists? Because Marxism and communism is an atheist ideology. So what kind of self-respecting Muslim would ally themselves with these leftist atheists who basically hate everything, not only about your country, but also about your religion, because they don't believe in God, period. So why would you ally yourself with these kind of people who want nothing but the destruction of your country? So even from that perspective, it amazes me when I see Muslims joining hand in hand with Marxists and trying to defeat the United States kind of thing. It's like, Wahhabis and Marxists, or Islamists and Marxists, they don't have anything positive, in their mind when it comes to the United States, or Europe for that matter. They're not here to assimilate. They're not here to be one of us. They're not here to do this kind of stuff. These are the kind of people that Trump was talking about vetting out before they even come here. And he never said that he was going to deport all Muslims or ban all Muslims, period. No. What he wants to do is stop these kind of characters from coming here, because, if you don't put control on this and you don't seek this stuff out, figure out what's going on, we're going to have this happen over and over and over. It's just going to keep continuing like nonstop. So anyways, point is, know your enemy. Your enemy is a Wahhabi terrorist, in this case a Somali refugee, by the name of Abdul Razak Ali Artan. So this guy, again, was a Wahhabi terrorist, and he was here as a refugee, but because he couldn't assimilate, he went psycho, rammed his Honda Civic into a bunch of students, got out, started stabbing other students, and the police shot him. This sadly has become such a regular kind of situation with these Wahhabis. That's what they do. They want to get killed because they think that they go to paradise. And sadly, it's a very false belief, because they're probably in hell. So anyways, stay safe, and I'll try to talk more about this stuff in the future. I'm just tired of seeing this, weekly or monthly on the news, sometimes daily. So anyways, enjoy, and I'll catch you on the next video.